In the vast, uncharted expanses of space, the Orion cluster shimmered like a constellation of secrets. It was a time when humanity, scarred by centuries of internal strife, had finally discovered unity among the stars. Amid nebulae and distant pulsars, trade routes spanned cosmic distances, and ancient relics whispered of civilizations long past. This frontier was not only a realm of mystery, but also a promise of renewal, a place where Earth's brightest hopes dared to dream anew. Aboard the flagship Aurora's Edge, Captain Alisera Voss surveyed the bustling activity on the bridge with a critical, yet determined, eye. The ship's interior, bathed in soft blue lights and alive with the hum of advanced technology, stood in stark contrast to the turbulent void beyond its reinforced hull. Every officer on board knew that the stakes were astronomical. The future of humanity rested upon their shoulders as they prepared for a mission that would redefine interstellar destiny. Alisara's gaze shifted to the panoramic view of the Orion cluster displayed on the central screen. A mesmerizing mosaic of swirling gas clouds, glittering star fields, and enigmatic structures that hinted at a past filled with wonder and calamity. These relics of ancient cosmic events served as a reminder of the impermanence of all things, urging her to approach the upcoming challenge with both bold ambition and cautious wisdom. Throughout the corridors of the Aurora's Edge, quiet conversations and hushed exchanges among the crew revealed an undercurrent of hope mixed with lingering memories of Earth's tumultuous past. Amid the whispers of dissent and unresolved shadows, there pulsed a collective spirit of resilience, a spirit that bound together individuals from every corner of the human experience. They believed that the scars of history were not marks of defeat, but lessons for forging a brighter future. Standing resolutely at the helm, Alisera recalled the arduous journey that had led them to this critical juncture. The echoes of past battles and the sacrifices made by countless souls reverberated in her mind, each memory fueling her determination to protect the promise of tomorrow. As the fleet prepared to breach the unknown, her eyes shone with the resolve of one who understood that every star in the Orion cluster was a beacon of hope waiting to be claimed. In that quiet, anticipatory pause before the march into destiny, the Aurora's Edge and its devoted crew stood at the threshold of a new era. The promise of interstellar ambition, tempered by the wisdom of past trials, filled every corner of the ship. It was the dawn of an extraordinary journey, one that would test the limits of technology, courage, and the very essence of what it meant to be human. Deep within the labyrinthine corridors of the Aurora's Edge, an undercurrent of tension surged as the crew worked tirelessly to secure every last detail before their destined confrontation. Laid into a cycle of shifting shifts, a hushed alarm echoed through the ship's command center, a discreet but unmistakable signal that something had infiltrated the fortress of human secrecy. In a cramped, dimly lit operations room lined with screens and blinking indicators, Lieutenant Marin Calix monitored an array of encrypted channels. Suddenly, her fingers danced over the controls as data began pouring in, fragmented at first, then forming a coherent, alarming message. With trembling urgency, she summoned Captain Alisera Voss to the room. "Alisera," Marin whispered, her voice laced with both dread and determination. "You need to see this." Captain Voss, who had long mastered the art of calm in the midst of chaos, entered with measured strides. The flickering screens illuminated her focused expression as she scanned the decoded transmission. The message was simple, yet its implications were staggering. Intelligence indicating that humanity's fleet was far more advanced than anyone had dared to believe. It revealed hidden technological breakthroughs and strategic protocols that had been guarded as state secrets, capabilities that could alter the balance of power in the Orion cluster. In the tense silence that followed, the weight of the revelation settled heavily over the room. Voss's mind raced with the possibilities. This was not merely a leak. It was a clarion call that demanded swift and decisive action. The enemy, already confident in their perceived superiority, now had a glimmer of hope, a hope that could be snuffed out by a single countermeasure. Determined to extract every ounce of meaning from the leaked data, Voss summoned her senior officers. In the stark light of the briefing room, charts and holographic projections came alive with the stark lines of battle strategies, and technological schematics. The transmission painted a vivid picture: advanced defensive matrices, energy shielding techniques, and an algorithmic warfare system that promised to revolutionize space combat. "The enemy thinks they can outmaneuver us by underestimating what we have," Voss declared, her voice resonating with the weight of responsibility. "This leak isn't a warning, it's an opportunity. We now hold a secret weapon in our arsenal, one that could redefine the war in our favor." Amid murmurs of cautious optimism, the officers exchanged glances that betrayed their underlying fears. Some questioned the source, others the timing, yet all recognized the undeniable truth in the data. It was a turning point, a shift that transformed doubts into a palpable, electrifying determination. As plans began to form, an undercurrent of tension mingled with a growing resolve. In the interplay of light and shadow, strategies took shape and lives, both past and future, converged upon this pivotal moment. The intelligence leak had fractured the enemy's overconfidence, and now, the Aurora's edge was poised to unleash a response that would reverberate across the cosmos. Outside the confines of the command center, the Orion cluster watched silently, its swirling mysteries bearing witness to a moment that would redefine the fate of all who dared to dream among the stars. A palpable energy filled the command deck as Captain Alisera Voss summoned her closest officers to the central strategy chamber. The room, an expanse of holographic displays and glimmering star maps, buzzed with the quiet hum of advanced circuitry and the collective resolve of a fleet on the brink of history. At the heart of the chamber, Captain Voss stood tall, a beacon of unwavering determination, ready to transform the leak of intelligence into a rallying cry. "Gather round," she called, her voice steady and commanding, echoing softly off the metallic walls. The officers, seasoned veterans and brilliant tacticians alike, slowly converged, their faces etched with both concern and anticipation. Among them was Commander Lyrian Mox, a sharp-minded strategist whose analytical precision was matched only by her calm under pressure, and Lieutenant Yarrick Sol, known for his daring innovations and quick thinking in moments of crisis. As the crew assembled, holographic screens erupted into life, projecting intricate schematics of the fleet's secret technologies, defensive matrices capable of absorbing enemy fire, energy shields that shimmered like liquid starlight, and algorithmic systems designed to outthink any foe. The room pulsed with the silent promise of these innovations, a testament to humanity's relentless drive to overcome. Commander Mox broke the initial silence. "Captain, if we integrate these systems into our current tactical formations, we can not only counter their offensive, but potentially reverse the advantage entirely." Voss's eyes sparkled with a mixture of resolve and calculated optimism. "That's exactly what I intend," she declared. "Our enemy has underestimated our capacity for innovation. Today, we show them that every secret we guard, every sacrifice we've made, has prepared us for this moment." The discussion flowed with precision. Detailed plans unfurled like a delicate tapestry woven from strategy, risk, and the bold aspirations of an entire species. Each officer contributed their expertise, Yarrick Sol proposing rapid-fire modifications to the fleet's energy cores, while Commander Mox laid out simulations of possible battle scenarios. The holograms shifted and morphed, visualizing maneuvers across the Orion cluster, each star and nebula a silent witness to the calculated dance of war. In a quiet corner of the chamber, two young engineers exchanged a glance, their expressions a mixture of awe and trepidation. They were among those who had toiled behind the scenes, crafting the very technologies that now shimmered in the air. Their unspoken confidence was a microcosm of the larger hope that pervaded the fleet, a belief that humanity's resilience was not just born of necessity, but of an unyielding will to rise, no matter the odds. As the meeting drew to a close, Captain Voss allowed herself a brief moment of introspection. Surrounded by her officers, the weight of leadership pressed upon her shoulders, yet it was tempered by the unwavering support of her team. The intelligence leak had not only armed them with groundbreaking knowledge, it had forged a renewed sense of purpose, uniting every soul aboard the Aurora's edge in a singular, unbreakable resolve. "Today," she said, her voice rising above the quiet murmurs, we transform vulnerability into strength. We are not merely a fleet of ships. We are the embodiment of humanity's hope, ingenuity, and relentless spirit. Let us assemble not just our forces, but our dreams, and prepare to show the universe the true power of our united will. With that, the room erupted in a determined chorus of affirmations. Plans were finalized, orders dispatched, and every crew member, from the highest officer to the humblest technician, found a renewed determination glinting in their eyes. In that decisive moment, the assembly of the fleet was complete, a united force, poised to rewrite the rules of engagement in the cosmos and to claim a future forged by collective brilliance. The Aurora's edge pulsed with life as it prepared to set forth into the enigmatic tapestry of the Orion cluster, a constellation of hope, dreams, and the indomitable spirit of humanity, ready to face the challenges that lay ahead. The quiet vastness of space was shattered by the crackle of energy weapons and the roar of engines as the initial skirmishes erupted at the fringes of the Orion cluster. Far from the safety of command decks and strategy chambers, fighter squadrons and capital ships danced a dangerous ballet, their trajectories intersecting in a chaotic display of light and shadow. The enemy, emboldened by their assumptions of human weakness, had made the first move, and in doing so, ignited a firestorm of conflict. In the void, the Aurora's edge led the vanguard, its sleek hull bristling with newly integrated defense systems that pulsed with a subtle, determined glow. As laser fire streaked across the darkness, Captain Ali Saravas's voice echoed through the comm channels, crisp and resolute. "Hold formation. Focus fire on the lead vessels. Let them taste the fury of our resolve." Her orders were not merely commands. They were a testament to the unyielding spirit of the crew who had prepared for this moment. Across the battlefield, enemy ships darted with reckless abandon, their movements betraying both confidence and a hint of desperation. The renegade fleet, commanded by the elusive Admiral Corandrake, sought to exploit what they believed were weaknesses in the human armada. However, every assault was met with a calculated counter, every ambush foiled by the silent efficiency of advanced algorithms and a deep-rooted understanding of the art of war. Explosions blossomed like dying stars, scattering fragments of metal and light into the cosmic tapestry, as both sides pushed themselves to the limits of strategy and technology. Amidst the chaos, brief but charged exchanges crackled over comms channels. In the cockpit of a nimble fighter, Lieutenant Yarrick Sol exchanged rapid-fire words with his wingmate, their voices barely audible above the din of battle. "Watch your six," came a sharp command, followed by an encouraging laugh, a reminder that even in the heat of conflict, the bonds of camaraderie remained unbroken. These fleeting moments of human connection, interspersed with the relentless barrage of enemy fire, lent an almost surreal texture to the unfolding drama. Back on the flagship, holographic battle maps updated in real time, displaying the shifting formations and unpredictable maneuvers of the enemy. Commander Lyrian Mox's steady eyes traced the delicate lines of tactical possibilities, her mind weaving intricate patterns of counterattacks and defensive postures. "We must adapt. Each moment brings new variables," she murmured, her tone both analytical and deeply human. The data streams and digital overlays were not just tools of war. They were the language through which humanity expressed its defiance against the chaos of the cosmos. In the midst of the skirmishes, the vast emptiness of space became a crucible where every decision, every spark of courage, was magnified. The enemy's overconfidence began to crumble under the weight of their own miscalculations, and it was in these moments of fiery exchange that the truth became undeniable. Humanity was not merely surviving. They were fighting with a passion that transcended the cold calculus of war. The initial clashes, though brutal and unforgiving, served as a prelude to a much larger struggle. As the fragments of shattered ships drifted silently against the backdrop of the Orion cluster, both sides regrouped, recalibrated, and prepared for the inevitable escalation. In the quiet aftermath of each burst of violence, the enduring hope of the human fleet shone brightly, a beacon amidst the dark expanse, signaling that the true battle had only just begun. In the heart of the Orion cluster, Where ancient cosmic whispers converged with the fury of modern warfare, the stage was set for an encounter that would redefine the course of the conflict. There, floating in the silent void, loomed a colossal relic, a derelict monument of an age-long past, its surface etched with the cryptic symbols of a civilization that had once harnessed the raw forces of the universe. The relic radiated an otherworldly energy, pulsing like a dormant heartbeat waiting to be awakened, and it quickly became the coveted prize for both factions. The enemy had circled this enigmatic structure like predators, intent on seizing its power to tip the scales in their favor. Admiral Corin Drake's armada had converged upon the relic, positioning themselves with a ruthless precision that betrayed their belief in the artifact's potential to shatter human resistance. Yet, it was the very audacity of their maneuver that sparked the fire of defiance among Captain Alisera Voss and her fleet. As the Aurora's edge inched closer, its sleek hull cloaked by the shimmering glow of newly activated shields, the relic's eerie luminescence bathed the surrounding space in a surreal, almost hypnotic light. In the quiet moments before the collision of forces, the relic stood as a silent witness to millennia of cosmic history, its scars and intricate carvings a testament to both beauty and devastation. For Captain Voss, the relic was more than a strategic asset. It was a symbol of the ancient mysteries that had long guided humanity's quest for knowledge and survival. On the bridge of the flagship, tension coiled like a tightly drawn bow. Commander Lyrian Mox's steady voice broke the silence as she analyzed the fluctuating energy fields emanating from the relic. Captain, its power could either be our shield or our undoing. We must approach with caution, even as we press the attack. Her words resonated with the gravity of their mission, underscoring that this was not merely a battle for supremacy, but a confrontation with forces that transcended the known laws of physics. As the enemy fleet began its assault, positioning their vessels to envelop the relic in a web of hostile fire, the Aurora's edge surged forward. Laser beams and energy bolts crisscrossed the void, their incandescent trails painting a canvas of destruction and hope. Amid the chaos, Captain Voss ordered a daring maneuver to deploy a specialized squadron into the breach, aimed at disabling the enemy's forward units and seizing control of the relic's energy output. In the midst of this tactical ballet, the relic itself seemed to react. Its surface shimmered and pulsed in response to the sudden influx of energy, sending ripples through the fabric of space. For a heartbeat, time appeared to slow. Each explosion, every burst of laser fire, suspended in a tableau of cosmic suspense. It was as if the relic, a silent oracle from a bygone era, was choosing the victor of this pivotal confrontation. Within the swarm of battle, voices of determination echoed over comm channels. Lieutenant Yarrick Sol's rapid commands guided his fighter through the melee with a deft precision, weaving through a barrage of enemy fire while his comrades followed suit. Their resolve was unwavering, their every maneuver a blend of instinct and meticulously honed strategy. These warriors of the void, though few in number, embodied the indomitable spirit of humanity, united in the face of a foe that underestimated their will to fight. As the conflict raged on, the relic's radiant energy began to infuse the Aurora's edge with a newfound strength. The flagship's defensive barriers absorbed the ambient power, transforming it into a dazzling counteroffensive that repelled enemy vessels with relentless precision. In that explosive clash of titanic forces, the relic became both battleground and beacon, a symbol of the eternal struggle between ambition and resilience. The confrontation at the relic was more than a mere skirmish. It was the crucible in which the fate of both fleets would be forged. The ancient structure, with its mysterious and potent energies, had awakened a primal determination within Captain Voss and her crew. Here, amid the interplay of light and shadow, technology and timeless power, the true battle for supremacy was about to reach its crescendo, a battle that would test the very essence of humanity's resolve in the boundless theater of space. Amid the chaos of battle, the swirling maelstrom of energy and fire gave way to a singular, defining moment, a duel not just of weapons, but of wills, destinies, and the very ideologies that shaped galaxies. In a gap between explosive engagements, Captain Alisera Voss and Admiral Corin Drake found themselves face to face in a fleeting, surreal arena of charged energy and suspended time. The battlefield fell into an eerie quiet, as if the cosmos itself held its breath. The Aurora's edge shuddered in the background, its integrated defenses pulsing with the relic's stolen might, while enemy vessels momentarily halted their barrage. Within this fragile lull, a solitary shuttle broke from the formation, its course determined by a calculated risk, a bridge between two titanic forces destined to become the stage for an unparalleled confrontation. Inside the shuttle, the atmosphere crackled with tension and raw determination. Captain Voss, her gaze unyielding and resolute, stepped forward, her uniform immaculate despite the scars of war. Across from her, Admiral Drake, his face a mask of hardened resolve and cold ambition, mirrored her intensity. Their eyes locked in silent challenge, each aware that the outcome of this encounter would echo far beyond the confines of this single moment. "You've underestimated us for far too long," Voss declared, her voice low yet potent, carrying the weight of every sacrifice and every hope that had propelled humanity to the stars. Her words were a rallying cry, a declaration that the underestimated spirit of humanity would never be subdued. Drake's reply was equally measured, a blend of defiance and bitterness. "It is you who stand on the precipice of oblivion, clinging to outdated dreams. In our eyes, your unity is your weakness." His tone was calm, but laced with a fury that betrayed the depth of his conviction, the personal vendetta that had driven him to orchestrate a war against his own kind. For a heartbeat, the shuttle seemed to pulse with the rhythm of an ancient drum, echoing the pulse of distant quasars and the heartbeat of a civilization at war. The duel was not one of physical blows, but of strategic brilliance and ideological firepower. Each exchanged remark was a calculated parry and thrust, a verbal and mental joust where every word carried the potential to alter destinies. Amid their dialogue, digital displays in the shuttle's viewport illustrated tactical simulations of past maneuvers and future possibilities. They were relics of a high-stakes chess game played across the void, where each decision could mean the difference between victory and annihilation. The shuttle's narrow confines amplified the intensity of their confrontation, turning each syllable into a spark that could ignite a broader conflagration. As the minutes stretched into what felt like an eternity, both leaders demonstrated a rare blend of honor and resolve. Voss recalled the countless lives that had trusted her to lead, the sacrifices etched in the stars, and the enduring belief that unity and hope were not relics of a bygone era, but the very essence of human strength. Drake, his features momentarily softened by the weight of his own ambitions, revealed the scars of a lifetime of grievances, a legacy forged in the fires of loss and betrayal. Their duel culminated not in a fatal blow, but in a profound exchange, a recognition of mutual commitment to a cause larger than themselves. In that charged, climactic moment, the shuttle's interface pulsed with a surge of energy from the relic, symbolizing the unpredictable convergence of fate and free will. The energy that had fueled their conflict now forged a temporary bond, a shared moment of clarity amidst the swirling uncertainty of war. Outside, the cosmos resumed its relentless cadence, the clash of titanic fleets echoing the duality of creation and destruction. Within the confines of the shuttle, the duel had reshaped the narrative of the conflict, a decisive moment where the leaders of opposing forces, through a fierce and candid exchange, set the stage for the next phase of an interstellar saga. In that silent, powerful pause between the tumult of battle, the duel of fates was sealed, a testament to the enduring complexity of human ambition and the relentless drive to redefine destiny in the boundless theater of space. In the relentless fury of cosmic conflict, the battle that had raged through the depths of the Orion cluster began to yield a surprising transformation. Amid the chaos and the shattered remnants of war, a subtle yet unmistakable shift pulsed through the human fleet, a surge of unyielding hope that rippled like a wave through every hull and every heart on board. The Aurora's edge glowed with the energized brilliance of the relic's power, its defenses now resonating with a fierce, otherworldly intensity. As the enemy's barrage faltered under the weight of this newfound strength, the human fleet advanced with calculated precision. Each ship moved in concert, guided by the strategic brilliance of Commander Lyrian Mox, whose every command was a testament to the unbreakable bond among those fighting for survival. Across the void, the enemy's once confident formations began to crumble. Admiral Drake's armada, which had charged forward with ruthless determination, now staggered under the relentless counteroffensive. The symphony of explosions, once a cacophony of imminent defeat, transformed into a rhythmic cadence of liberation, a declaration that humanity's innovative spirit would not be silenced by overwhelming odds. In the midst of the turning tide, Lieutenant Yarrick Sol led his squadron through a daring maneuver that left adversaries reeling. His fighters danced between enemy fire, each evasive twist and calculated acceleration a blend of artistry and raw survival instinct. The flashes of laser beams illuminated the dark expanse as human resolve clashed against mechanical might, rewriting the destiny that had been so prematurely cast by their foes. On the command bridge, Captain Alisera Voss watched with steely determination as the fleet rallied. Her eyes, reflecting the starlight and the spark of renewed hope, mirrored the resolve of every soul aboard. In her measured voice, calm yet imbued with a fervent urgency, she rallied her weary comrades. This is our moment. We will not be defined by our past miscalculations. Today, we reclaim our future. The turning point was palpable. Every officer, every technician, and every fighter had become a vital thread in a tapestry woven with sacrifice, ingenuity, and relentless perseverance. The strategic integration of advanced defense systems and the raw, unpredictable power of the relic had coalesced into a formidable force, a testament to the extraordinary resilience of the human spirit. As the enemy's offensive ground to a halt, a moment of serene clarity descended upon the battlefield. The swirling dust of cosmic debris, intermingled with the fading trails of energy bolts, created a haunting tableau against the starlit backdrop of the Orion cluster. In that fleeting pause, it seemed as though the universe itself was taking stock of the monumental shift, a shift where despair was being supplanted by a relentless determination to defy fate. Every shattered vessel, every ember of fallen hope, bore silent witness to the tide that was turning. The human fleet, once underestimated and dismissed as relics of a bygone era, now surged forward like an unstoppable tide, a force driven not solely by technology, but by the unyielding resolve of countless lives united in purpose. In this resounding crescendo of valor and defiance, the battle's narrative was irrevocably altered. The enemy's miscalculations had given way to the dawning realization that human resilience was an unstoppable force, a force that would reclaim the stars and etch a new chapter of triumph into the cosmic annals of destiny. In the wake of the cataclysmic confrontation, a hush fell over the war-torn expanse of the Orion cluster. The battlefield, once a storm of fury and luminous destruction, now lay quiet beneath the scattered remnants of shattered vessels and flickering energy debris. As the human fleet gathered in the aftermath of battle, the Aurora's edge glowed with a subdued radiance, a beacon of hope amid the scars of loss. On the flagship's bridge, Captain Alisera Voss surveyed the scene with a heavy heart and a resolute spirit. The victory, hard-earned and bittersweet, was painted in shades of sacrifice and tempered by the relentless toll of war. Around her, officers and crew members shared solemn glances and whispered words of remembrance, honoring those who had given everything to secure the future of humanity. In their silent communion, the true cost of triumph was etched into every heart. The command center pulsed with a subdued activity as data streams detailed the battle's outcome. Commander Lyrian Mox's steady voice cut through the quiet, briefing the assembled officers on the restored tactical formations and the renewed energy in the fleet's defensive systems. "We have won a decisive victory," she announced, her tone mingling relief with resolve. "But let us remember, the price of unity is often measured in sacrifice. We carry our losses as both scars and lessons for tomorrow." Amid the recovery efforts, small yet poignant moments of humanity emerged. Crew members, still clad in the remnants of battle, gathered in makeshift memorials near the observation deck. Here, against a backdrop of swirling cosmic dust and distant starlight, they exchanged memories of camaraderie, and whispered hopes for a peaceful future. Lieutenant Yarrick Sol, his uniform marked by the trials of combat, offered a quiet smile as he recounted tales of bravery and resilience to a group of young cadets, reminding them that even in the darkest hours, the spark of hope could ignite the path forward. The relic, whose mystic energies had played a pivotal role in the tide turning, pulsed softly in the distance, a silent monument to the enigmatic forces that wove destiny and chance together. Its presence was a constant reminder that the universe held secrets far beyond human understanding, yet also that every fragment of ancient power could be harnessed to forge a new beginning. Captain Voss, in a moment of introspection, vowed that humanity's unity and innovation would honor the relic's legacy by steering them toward a future of renewed promise. As the fleet began the arduous process of regrouping and healing, the command deck resonated with a renewed determination. Orders were given to salvage and repair, to honor the fallen by building something enduring and true. The dialogue among the officers shifted from tactical assessments to visionary plans, discussions not only of defense and strategy, but of hope, growth, and a future unmarred by the ravages of war. In these moments, the enormity of the journey ahead was met with an unwavering resolve to rebuild a unity that transcended the boundaries of space. Captain Voss took a final, lingering look out at the star-studded expanse before her, where the remnants of conflict merged with the promise of a new era. It was here, in the quiet intersection of loss and hope, that she realized the true measure of humanity's strength. It was found not solely in the might of its technology, but in the indomitable spirit of those who dared to dream beyond the horizon. With the fading echoes of battle behind them, the human fleet sailed onward, a mosaic of wounded souls and steadfast hearts, united in their purpose and emboldened by the trials they had overcome. The future, though uncertain, shimmered with the promise of redemption and renewal, a future that Captain Voss and her crew would shape with every bold, unyielding step they took into the endless night. The journey was far from over, and as they set their course toward new frontiers, the enduring light of hope and unity illuminated the path forward.